Are you live?
It's live. Maybe if you're texting, hi Jim, and you can let us know if it's working. Good morning, everyone. Hi, everybody. Does everybody have a spark, or did you guys like roll out of bed and drink one way earlier? Yeah. Well, these are like mini sparks, but they're still pretty potent. So you can all have a second if you need it. So we're gonna just do kind of the basic training for new distributors, and then I think we're gonna kind of try and do a different format from here on out. That the first half is basic training, and then the second half I'm always gonna pick like a new topic to train on. So it's different for you guys all the time, because those of you who keep coming to trainings, as you should, which is great, thank you. You'll notice it's the same thing over and over, just like our mixers are the same thing over and over. And it's not at us trying to be repetitive and like for a lack of creativity. It's because that's AdvoCare, and it's supposed to be extremely duplicatable, and that by the time you guys come to enough of them, you walk out and you're like, I know exactly how to do this on my own. And that she says the same thing every time because she must be saying it for a reason. It must be the way to do this. So that's why we stay so consistent in our trainings for that first part. It's not for you guys to be like, oh, that was the same one we went to last time. It's so you guys that are becoming leaders now can do the same thing at your house. You can train, you know, your team on the same exact thing. You become comfortable in the process, and it's always a good reminder. And then I'm gonna, as we do these more, have some of you guys start helping train on those parts too, so you guys become more familiar, just like mixers. We start to get you guys talking more at them and that, so eventually you go off and do them yourselves too, which a lot of you have been doing, which is awesome too. So we'll do the basics first, and then I'm gonna talk about what it means to become a silver. Congratulations. What was that? In AdvoCare. And good morning, non-local Sparkheads, I see you out there. So we'll kind of start. So we do our PALS training, and I've seen this one go around through a lot of the leaders in other areas, just because I love what it stands for. I love how easy it is and to understand and to use, because this is the basics. So the PALS is all going to stand for something, and you will hear the word purpose brought up in AdvoCare over and over and over and over again, because if you don't have a reason for doing AdvoCare, then it's not going to drive you to talk to anybody. It's not going to motivate you to show up to things. And you know, sometimes I even hate when I use the word motivate, because I relate it to like exercising and eating healthy. Like, you can't always be motivated to do something. You have to be committed to doing something. There's a big difference between motivation and commitment. So I get to the gym every day, not because I want to, I'm committed to being there. So it's the same with purpose. I'm not motivated by my purpose every day. I'm committed to my purpose. And in this case, my purpose is all of you guys. So honestly, I am fully committed to each and every one of you, and that's why I will always show up. I will, you know, be there for our team and so on and so forth, because the commitment level to your purpose is so strong that you're not going to stop AdvoCare. And we heard when we were at Success School so many times that, you know, just like anything, your health plan, give it 90 days, like see what happens. Same with your business, give it at least 90 days of intentional effort to see what happens when you stick and stay and really, you know, follow the principles we're going to be sharing in here. But your purpose, you got to work on it. It could be ever evolving. Your purpose might start in AdvoCare, and it might be that I wanted to lose 10 pounds. So your purpose started small, but as you grow and as you're around all these awesome people, your vision for your life starts to get bigger and bigger, and you're like, wow, I might actually be able to accomplish that. I went to a mixer the other day, 2 days ago, and I like lose track of time. It's nothing. With Kirsty, and she said something, you know, what's something I sacrificed for AdvoCare, and it was watching, good morning, Joy. Hi, Sarah. It was giving up sports, watching it all the time on television. And she's like, because AdvoCare is going to get me a season pass to their games, and I'm going to fly to Texas and go see their kickoff games. About a year ago, Kirsty wouldn't have spoke that big of a dream for herself, but now she sees it. It's so real that that's what she goes for. You know, so your purpose will grow as you grow in AdvoCare, because you start to know that it can actually happen for you. And questions to ask yourself in developing your purpose is, you can think of the things you want in life, but what about you think about the things you don't want anymore? Like, I don't want my debt anymore. I don't want to drop my kids off at daycare anymore. I don't want to not have any time to see my spouse anymore. I don't want, and as you chip away at these things you don't want in your life anymore, you start to see the things that you do want for yourself, and that's going to be your purpose. So think about this, write it down, read some great personal development and self-help books. It really kind of starts to inspire you to find those things in life. That if money were of no issue to you, how would it look? How would your day look if you could do that? So that's purpose. And that is always going to be your boss in AdvoCare, because none of us are your boss. So if you have a strong purpose, that will wake you up, that'll get you talking to some people and find out their purpose. So then the A stands for advisor. So P, purpose, A, advisor. I think we all know, everyone in here is a distributor, which is awesome. You have the ability to share AdvoCare with people, and you have a discount on your package. That is awesome. I mean, that's how all of us started. I don't think too many of us went straight to advisor. Did anyone do that in here? Oh, Miley, which is a whole other thing, and she went off and running with that advisor order. So we'll talk about that too. But advisor is for those that want a 40% discount on their products forever and ever, and they want to open up the potential to have a business on their hands. Because when you're a distributor, you only get paid two ways, through your retail profits and your wholesale commission. So if you have distributors under you and you're at 40 and they're at 20, you'll get the difference of those. But an advisor opens up the world to overrides and bonuses and incentive trips, and I'll talk about that when I do the second part on silver training, because this right here is what grows your AdvoCare business. Not just, we have awesome retail products, and they're always going to, be consumable that people come back for, but the growth comes in your overrides, leadership bonuses, and your incentive trips, and that right there. It's a leadership-based business. So none of that opens up until you're an advisor. That's an important second goal, your important first goal in AdvoCare, parallel to your purpose. And getting to advisor can be something you work your way towards, or you could go straight to advisor. So working your way there just looks like so we work in 2-week-long pay periods. They run every other Tuesday. The next one coming up is actually a rare 3-week-long one. So it gives you an extra week to work towards whatever goal you have right now. But if in 6 consecutive pay periods or 12 weeks, you get to $2,000 worth of retail volume between personal purchases, your own someone purchasing from you, or distributors under you ordering, you get to advisor, and you get there forever. You never have to re-earn it. You're at 40% for life. It's awesome. Imagine just, a lot of you are advisors, so you get your products at 40% off. It's just like when you go to check out, it's always a good feeling. It never gets old. I'm like, look at what I actually have to pay. And you add up probably what you would spend over the course of a year anyways, if you just consolidated it into 12 weeks and got yourself to 40%, just from a mathematical standpoint, it makes sense to just get it over and done with. Then again, we don't know everybody's budget, so we're respectful of whatever process it takes for you to get to advisor, and we're here to help you do that too. Because sometimes people can't do that with their own personal money. Totally understood. So we're going to help you find some people that we can talk to and help get you to advisor. So that's the working your way there. The other option, so what Miley did was, well, you were advisor when it was $3,000. So for the longest time in AdvoCare, it's a 24-year-old company, up until about 3 months ago, it was always you had to get $3,000 worth of volume in half the amount of time. So those of you, like Rebecca, you guys lucked out. It's so awesome for the new people coming on board to get to advisor. But Miley, it was right before they announced it. Had I known it was coming, I would have told you, but it was a surprise to all of us. But she bought 14, 20, 40 challenges, or maybe
13, 20, 40 challenges.
Yeah, and then maybe some personal product too. And then she just started retailing it out to people and talking about it a lot. And it definitely lit a fire under her to get that moving. And since then, she's earned her rookie bonus and is talking to a lot of people. So something about getting straight to advisor lights that match and really gets you going. So we have a lot of people that see that vision for themselves too, and they go right to advisor. Actually, the last training we did on Saturday morning, there was a woman in the room that was brand new, and she went home and placed her advisor order under one of our teammates because she's like, I get math. Like, I'm gonna do that eventually. Like, so I'd rather just do it and be done and like get my business up and running. So now I think it's like 8 24-day challenges or 10. I'll have to do the math on that. I guess I haven't done it yet. 10. Oh yeah. $200.
Yeah.
10 people.
Math is hard though.
Yeah. You don't have to be good at math to do that. That's and you know what? We are doing the silver training involves some like calculations, and I'm like, ugh. It's like really like not hard to figure out, but just it's math. So that's advisor, and we're gonna. Oh, here's just an example. You know, here's 6 pay periods. You could do 200, 400, 600, 0, 300, 500. As long as it adds up to 2,000 in the end, you're an advisor. We now have these awesome reports, pre-qual reports on our, when you log into your account. That's a whole other training, and I think I've done a few live, but if you really ever want me to sit down and show you how those work, we should do that, because that's gonna run your business. Even if you have 2 people under you, you need to see where other people are at so you can help them understand that, hey, Sarah, you've got 2 pay periods left and you've accumulated $800 worth of volume. If you use the next 2 pay periods, you can get here. It's always what's in it for them, because people want to know that. I would have been so upset if I got to that last pay period and nobody helped me understand that I was close to getting a 40% discount on my products forever. So it's our job as we build a team, even if it's 1 or 2 people under us, to start letting them see what's in this for them, and at least give them the option to do that. So pre-qual reports are the like core of working your AdvoCare business. So check out that report on there. You'll see the columns of people listed, but and even if your friend said, oh, I only wanted a discount, well, then let them know that they can get a 25% discount or they can get a 30% discount. But those reports, you have to check them the day after pay period close, because you have to see where people are at. And then as you get a few days before pay period close, follow up with them and say, you know, what we talked about 2 weeks ago, now we've got 3-4 more days. How can we help you, reach the discount that you were interested in getting?
Just like with the 6 pay periods, right? So like if they're at their 6 pay period, and if they don't go all in, right,
This
for
would
6,
drop off.
then the one would drop off on that bottom.
Yep.
Say it was $600,
You got
lose
it.
that $600,
Yes.
right? So it's like, okay, well,
Yes.
so that's where you kind of got to help.
You have to
them.
click into their name,
Correct,
and
and it
you'll
opens
see
up.
all their pay periods listed. And Michelle's perfectly, she's right. This one said 200. So let's say they missed that last one, this 200 would roll off. If they missed the next one, this 400 would roll off. And that's $600 they could have used towards, and that's when it starts to get that you're spending more to eventually just get to where you want to be anyways. So those pre-qual reports are so important. That's all I ever look at when I log in. Is our goal is to try and clear that first page of people that are 500 and under, because they're so close, and so let them know. That's a whole other training though. So advisors, kind of where it's at. Do you want to do the L and the S?
You can be the mouthpiece.
Go. This is Ryan talking.
Yeah,
She's back there. She doesn't want you to see her.
Because I looked beat and you didn't tell me you wanted me to talk. Okay, so your list is really important, especially when you're just getting you're gonna want to seriously make this list of these 3 categories. Energy is the first one, like who, a tired mom's group, like you see the cashier yawning. Didn't Rosie Clark be cashier? Yes. Michelle and I were just talking, like night shift nurses in hospitals, just always have, think of these, there's so many people out there that could use energy. Write down 10 people in each of these categories, weight loss, energy, and performance. Literally 10 people, 30 people off the top of your head, probably. Go through your Facebook page, whatever it is. And of those 30 people that you write down, circle 3 people that you actually would want to do this with, that you think would be good at it, and reach out to them and tell them that. Say, hey, you know what, I'm doing this thing and I really think it'd be something that you would be good at too. And I just want to share more with you. Then put them on the phone with us. And
that's the next part too, which is
we always say that. It's like literally, if you bring somebody into this, expect to spend a lot of time with them. And if you're like, bring the people you want to be with, bring people that you want to reconnect with, bring your friends. Like, it's fun and it's awesome, and we have an awesome team. And why would you not want to bring the people closest to you into it?
Yeah. And I shared this at a training a few weeks ago, and you've heard me say it a few times, but in terms of the list, like Ryan was saying in those names, if you shared, so these are just Advocare statistics of how it usually works out. If you shared with 3 people a week, just 3 people, over a month, that's 12 people. Oh, here goes the math again. So 4 weeks, that's 12 people in a month. Half of them are gonna not respond to you or might say no, thank you right now. 6 of them are gonna at least try something, maybe Spark, get on a challenge. Half of those people, so 3 of them are gonna probably sign up to become a distributor, and then probably 1 of them will build up to an advisor. So for every 12 people, you might find 1 person who wants to at least get to the 40%. So at 3 people a week, I mean, we have people who have set their goal to 3 people a day. So 3 people a week that you just have on your mind, that you wanna reach out to, that are on your list. Tell them how great you're feeling. Tell them you're starting a group back to school challenge. Tell them you're just thinking of them. Tell them that their coffee they keep posting of them sitting in the Starbucks line. Just tell them you want to send them a sample of Spark and see if they like it. A great place is when you are just starting your business, let them know that you're just starting your business, just as though if you were starting up your own whatever. I used the example the other day of a real estate agent business. You would reach out to your friends and family and you would say, hey, I'm starting up this, even if you're not ready to buy a house or purchase, if you know anybody who needs help with XYZ that Ryan just said, just please send them to me. I'd love to help them. We're really excited about what we're doing with Advocare, and I'd love your support. You're just asking for your friends and family to support you in something that you're excited about.
Well, and just think too, if you don't tell these people about it, someone else is going to. We're getting more and more exposure, like with all of the advertising that's going on, and people. I mean, especially social media. Like we probably have 27 mutual friends, and half of them are Advocare. Like if you don't tell that person that you want on your team and to share this with, someone else is going to.
Absolutely, it's happening constantly.
Like, oh, my best friend signed up under someone else. That's super awesome.
And they're like, I told them I did a 24-day challenge.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but did you tell them that you were doing Advocare? Because
that happened to me like recently. I was like, oh, I told you I'd send you Spark. They're like, oh, I didn't realize you did Advocare. I'm like, okay. I hope we're in touch.
Yeah, right. People don't know that just because you're sharing something that you're excited about as maybe your results, I will say 90% of the time they think, good for you. They don't think that you're trying to say like, I do this and I want to help you too.
Yeah.
So just remember that. Like people don't make assumptions.
The person that I'm meeting with after this, we have 6 mutual Advocare friends. And she did not know, she goes, what business opportunity? So she's interested in that aspect, and she was like, yeah, I've seen so many people benefit from Advocare. I don't even know what it is. What do you mean business opportunity?
Yeah.
We're meeting today at
That's
Starbucks
awesome.
to sip out of Spark at
I was gonna say she
Starbucks.
won't be drinking.
I thought I was sipping Spark at Starbucks, it'll be a thing. But yeah, I mean, she had no idea, no clue.
And that's such a good point. They always say you don't know what you don't know, so they don't know what we're doing. I mean, even to the point where Greg and I are at, I still have, and this just goes to show, I still have my list that I have not talked to a lot of people I want to talk to, and they'll say, great for you guys, and I'm like, like they still don't get that I'm doing something that we only start to do well because we want to help you do the same exact thing, and they'll be like, we're so happy for you guys, and I'm like,
you're like, I want to be happy for you.
Yes, exactly. So it just always hits that nerve in me that I need to let them know what it is that we actually do, because then I have not made it clear that we're in a business of helping our friends do the same exact thing that we're doing. So make it clear to people on your list. And then Ryan's going to kind of say, what do you do with those people on that list? And the S of success system is the most important part to all of this aside
Make
from
this
purpose.
chart, learn the chart, do the chart,
Yes.
right? Okay, so one-on-one, obviously that's you, exactly that list, that's you calling those people, that's you emailing those people, that's you Facebook messaging those people and just saying, hey, I want to tell you what I'm doing. Do you have a few minutes? Like if you can get them on the phone or see them face to face, it's always better, but they might be in, a different place, so that's fine. Whatever mode of communication works for you and whatever you're used to doing with them, that's how you reach out to them. And literally it's just, hey, this is what I'm doing, sharing a little bit about it, and listening to them and hearing what is important to them. This isn't about, I'm selling Spark and I need to get to advisor, so will you please buy like 7 canisters and I'm only $200 away. That's, a challenge, so you need to do that for me, right?
I'm sure that has probably happened.
Oh, well, I mean, I do that all the time, Anyway, you want to listen to them. Like, okay, if they're tired, find those people. You fix the problem for them. You give them a solution. If finances are a problem, like, well, let's talk about the business opportunity a little bit. But really, this is your introduction and finding out what's important to them. And then the next part, 2-on-1, bringing in your backup, right? You got, your go-to leader, have them either come in person on a 2-on-1 or bring them into a 3-way phone call. And literally, this is these 2 things are like the most important things. This is how you keep building your funnel of people. You always want to be doing this. But for your 3-way phone call, literally, your job is to get on the phone, introduce and edify that person, be like, I love Ryan, she's my friend, she's been doing this forever. And I think you guys would really get along really well. That's why I wanted you guys to chat. This is, Sarah, she's my good friend from high school, and she is really interested in a challenge. I'm gonna mute out now so you guys can chat. There's a lot of background noise. Mute. And then it's my job to talk to this person.
Merge and mute.
Merge and mute, the 2 M's.
Merge and mute, of course.
So that's an area that I'm having trouble with.
Okay.
Is people will talk to me.
Yes.
And I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I'm just saying, like, I'm just starting out in this and I'm still learning.
Yeah.
And I've met some great, friends that can help me along the way as far as I want to relate the products to the proper way. I don't want to be saying anything wrong.
Right.
So I am asking questions on Sparkheads and like,
Yeah.
but that's because I can't get someone on the phone that they're like, no, I don't want to talk to you.
Get them
So I'm
to
still
meet you.
talking.
And we'll
they are-
ambush them. I'm just
but that's
Here's a really good, and I love that because, and I'll use Miley as an example because she's been doing this a lot the last couple of weeks, and it's been really working well for her. She says everything you've said, and then she sets up a group Facebook message. So with me, and she'll say what you said, like, oh my gosh, I'm getting started in this. I know what has worked for me, but let's sit and talk through some of your goals. I really want you to talk to my friend Lauren, and her husband Greg have lost 90 pounds together, and they've been doing this for like 4 years. Hold on a second, I'm going to introduce you to. And she starts up a group message, and then she's like, hey, Caitlin, this is my friend Lauren that I was telling you about, and like, I just know she'll be able to talk. And then I go in and I say, I'd love to talk to you. It's probably easier for us to get on the phone just because, like, I can't explain it all and I want to ask you questions. And then by our thread of conversation, they're ready to talk to me, and it's not weird. And then what's really cool is we have a Facebook message to go back to after the call. And I'm like, oh, we're already in a group message. I'll just send you a link there, or you can follow up with me, and ask Miley questions. And she does a really great job of edifying who they're about to talk to, and then does a great job of saying why her friend needs to talk to. And she'll get us on the phone, and she does her introduction, like, hey, I'm so glad we found a way for you two to talk. This is Lauren that you were in the message with. And it's just been so easy to get them that way because I asked them to hop on, and they're not going to say well, and some of them are just no, it's easier for me to talk on here. And I'm like, I get it. I wasn't a phone person either, but I would say more than half, 80% of them have gotten on the phone with us. And Miley could have answered all of their questions. She knows how to do a 24-day challenge. It's just that third-party credibility. And now Miley's people, guess what? When I invite them to our mixer, she already knows someone else besides just Miley. So she'll be a little bit more comfortable to come here. And Ryan will share that.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say. Is if you say, hey, do you want to go to a stranger's house with me next Tuesday? They're going to be like, yeah, probably not. Okay? So that's the big part of that. If they've already talked, whether it's through social media, a text, or whatever, it's so much more comfortable and so much more likely that they'll actually show up. So that's a huge part, And again, like Lauren said, every single mixer we do is the same. It has the exact same bones. There's different stories, but we do things exactly the same because we want to show you guys the repetition. You can do this. You should be able to duplicate this. I mean, I feel like I've learned through almost osmosis. It's like, oh, I agree more than
such a great point.
Right? I mean, you really do because you're immersed in it and you're like, oh wait, I don't know that. Yes, I do, because I've been in a mixer every other Monday night for the last year and a half. That's why I know this stuff. And was I always comfortable sharing? No, none of us were. It's a growing process. So, don't be surprised if we ask you to share your story out of the blue in a mixer or to explain a part of, what the business is.
Such a big part of why you have to show up. Even if you come by yourself and you aren't bringing someone new to a mixer, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be here to keep soaking it in. And yeah, you're here and you're like, but it's the same thing. It's like, no, because your presence is creating the movement, you know? So if you aren't showing up, your team's not going to show up.
I was going to say, models opening. Sorry.
I know that road, right?
I know, right? No, but if you just said something really important too, is whatever you do, your team's going to do. So if you don't show up, they're going to be like, well, you're not there. Why am I? I'm not going. Like, you know, I mean, literally, they're going to look at you and do exactly what you do.
Yeah.
We were talking about this morning. Like, if you're involved in social media, like, and you're posting and you're answering questions and you're involved on the Facebook boards, your people are going to do that. They're not going to be afraid to ask questions. They're not going to be afraid to engage with the group. So, you know, model what you expect your people to do. And that's a big part of it. So come to the mixers. Host your own mixer. We always say, yeah, I said, we have mixer in a bag. We travel. This is a traveling show. So
it is easier sometimes to gather friends at your house. You know, like Rosie's, like her first mixer, she had like 20 something people there because I think they just thought they were coming for like some spark pie. And she did have spark pie. It was awesome. But it was just such a wonderful group, you know. Yeah, she made it like an Evite style, like come eat some spark pie, and everybody showed up, and then it was a mixer. You know, and I think they knew what they were there for, and it was emotional because people had stories to share, and it was their own family, and like 5 of her 200 sisters. I love them all. They were so half of them. She's not kidding. Half of her sisters are advisors, and she's working on the other half.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
So about wording. Sorry,
Yeah.
with the 3A phone calls I've found one. I mean, it's all trainings that I've heard and everything, but it's not. I didn't create this idea. But the wording in which you introduce the idea of a 3-way phone call is, I think, a huge part of it. Saying like, would you be interested in talking to my friend Lauren on a 3-way phone call? She's my sponsor, and like right away, it's weird.
You're giving them an option.
Yeah, and
Just
giving
saying.
them an option. This is your business. You take control of it. So you know what? The next step is for you to get on the call with my friend Lauren. She is awesome. You're gonna love her. You both have 2 kids, and you guys are just gonna hit it off. And she can explain everything. You know.
When you have time.
When you have 20 minutes to chat. Yeah. Making it as just, this is just what we do. This is a part of it. It changes the scenario for people. On a training, someone was like, when you have a baby, you don't ask them, can I swaddle you? Are you ready to be swaddled? Like, babies don't know what they need, and you are the one swaddling them. And they might be like crying and upset or whatever. You're swaddling
really
them.
swaddled.
Right. So,
Yeah.
that's a swaddle. But it clicks for me. I mean, you know, I have a 1-year-old, so okay, that clicks for me, but it totally makes sense. You don't give people options when they don't know what they don't know. So you take control of your business and you
Absolutely
lead them through that process.
And a good thing that Kirsty does too, and I was telling Michelle about this, you know, when someone's new wants to just try some products, you don't have to throw them on a 3-way phone call.
Right.
You've got them ready and excited to go, but set them up for when they are going to get on a call. So when Kirsty's coaching a new challenger, she says, you know, I'm going to send you this. I'm really excited. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to coach you along. Here's your food. And then when we get to around like day 16, 17, I'm going to get you on a phone call so we can come up with your plan past the 24 days. Make sure you're at your goals, reaching your goals, what products are best for you next. And then she already said, we're going to get you on the call, you know, around on day 16, day 17, let's schedule, you know, like, just so you know. And then when it gets to that day, it's so easy to say, all right, it's day 16. I know you've got a week left. You know, day 17, you have a week left of your challenge. I'm grabbing Lauren. We're going to hop on a call tomorrow at this time, or whatever time works for you. And kind of talk through your goals. So they already know. So that is a perfect time to get someone on a 3-way phone call, is when they've got a week left to their challenge.
I was just gonna say too, like, it's important to qualify your people that are getting on the phone too. Like, if you meet someone and give them a spark, don't be like, hold on, I'm gonna get my phone out of my bag because I want to do a call with Lauren right now. Like, here, like, no, like, some people, we've all gotten on calls that people are like, why am I talking to
I've had
you?
people be like, I don't know
Like,
what Advocare actually is.
No,
And I'm like,
and you're like, oh, super duper awesome. Let me just backpedal here for a few minutes. Or, you know, you don't want to launch into like, oh, you know, Miley said we can't wait to be the next advisor, and They're like, I didn't know there was a business opportunity. What are you talking about? And so you have to, you need that 2-on-1 or your 1-on-1 or the 2-on-1, you need to like dig deeper and find out if this is really something and how we can help them. Otherwise it makes the 3-way phone call and like very awkward. Or you bring them to a mixer and they're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't even mention advocare.
yeah, like this is
No,
weird.
I've like had
That
when
happens.
people
Yeah.
like want to just get healthy because they've seen someone else is getting healthy and they're like, let me have you talk to my friend Lauren. And they think it's just about like exercise and nutrition, a nutritional call, but it's about advocare. And they're like, no, I actually don't even know what advocare and what's a 24-day challenge. I'm like, oh my gosh, you didn't have a
Like
one.
help us help you.
Yeah, so it's not our job to
Yeah.
tell them everything about advocare. It's our job to get on, ask them questions, share our story, edify the person who got you on the call with them or who set up the call, ask them, all their goals. And what's so cool is that is the best training for all of you guys to sit on the other side of the
Take
phone
notes.
and mute yourself out and grab your journal. Because guess who gets to eventually do 3-way phone calls? You do. And when we get to the silver training, that's kind of like you're growing into a different step of advocare. And we don't want you worrying about you don't have to do your own calls yet. Like use your leader. Someone I say silver and above because we have some strong leaders on our team that are great at calls. Like get them on the phone because they're going to be the ones who know how to do this and know how to edify you and really share their story. And sometimes you guys, like I love doing 3-way calls, that's all I do, but sometimes our story is sometimes a little too big for people. I don't share our income numbers anymore just because it's I don't know, I just don't do that. But the $500 a month story or the $1,000 a month story is really going to connect with someone. So use your leader, for those calls.
Super quick question.
Yeah.
Does it matter who we asked to get on the 3-way call? That was the one thing that I was like, am I
So
asking the right
you
person?
do- You do
Am I offending?
want to
Like,
use like, so in your case, it would be like CJ, Leslie, me. You can kind of tailor who you think the call would relate to. So like we get a lot of people that are a guy that want to talk to Greg, and we'll do that. We have an extremely awesome team who even cross-line help each other, but out of respect to people's time, I always say go to your leader first.
I
But
guess I
like,
really didn't know exactly
Well,
who
or-
my
but, like,
leader was.
it's-
I know that sounds horrible, but I really didn't.
because you have a lot of people. Yeah,
I know. I really
signed
didn't
up
know who I was
underneath
supposed to
people.
go to, so I sent this little like, am I supposed to talk to you or you? And I
Like,
don't want to offend.
like if you find someone, like let's say that someone's really into, I don't know, like I'll just use myself, like say someone's a runner and you're like, my friend Ryan is doing this and these are the products, like
Right.
I would be happy to talk to somebody like that for you.
I just want to know I'm
No.
not like,
But, or like Kirsty is just amazing. Kirsty's done like 5 million nursing challenges. So like, what do I do? What do I take? And she's so gracious with her time that she shares with people, and but that's what we're here for. That's why it's something very unique and special about our team. It's not like, oh, I'm sorry, you're not on my team, so I'm not gonna help you.
Yeah.
And you know
Okay.
that
I texted Lauren last night because I have one of my good friends who travels all the time, and she was like, how am I going to do this traveling? And I kind of thought of Leslie, because Leslie's a great example. She travels a ton. I'm sure there's more, but that was the first. So I was like, is it okay, like, to message Leslie? Which it totally was, and she's happy. So I kind of reached out away from my leaders, but normally I would go
Yes.
to Ryan or Jenny first, too.
And that is
So-
the culture of advocare, and I love it so much. It does not end. Like, I'm in a side Facebook group just for like the Emeralds and 9-star Emeralds of Advocare. It's like their own private Facebook group, and each person wrote out their little bio of what their specialty is and what
I
their
was just gonna say,
story.
it'd be really nice if it's
Yeah.
like a little bio, like.
And
yeah,
every
get the
single
nursing.
person said, this is me, and use me for a call if you have people with this. So they're still helping, and they don't benefit. We're technically each other's competition in Advocare, but I've been doing calls last week for people on completely different teams in Texas because my story was going to relate to her cousin, and it's.
Do you mind if I add really quick? Sorry, I know we're time, but I think the mentality, at least for me, and I hope that this is something that we can all share in some sort of way. If we truly are here to help people, then it doesn't matter if we benefit monetarily from it. Mm-hmm. We are benefiting by doing these calls for other people because this is more experience for us. Mm-hmm. It's showing what this culture is all about. It's getting people into the room. It's impacting lives. It's changing our lives. There's so many things when we get to connect with someone that we don't know and we get to hear their story and what it can do for them. That's inspiring. That's motivation for us to continue with our teams. So that's always where, I guess, for me, and that's what I felt like across the board is
And why she'll show up at somebody else's mixer.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
It's just the spirit of the company.
Well,
That's
okay.
why I want to be part of the company. Is more for that because
Yeah.
if it turns into everyone just being
Well, but
really
also-
hungry.
Yes.
I will.
Exactly.
Because
But
it's
also,
like that's not. I can't.
if I wasn't a runner and you're like, oh, I'm your leader and I'm gonna talk to you, but like, here, let me read off the same sheet that you have. Like, I think you
Right.
should take this stuff. I've never taken it, but you
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's a disconnect and it's not genuine. So
And we like tailor our stories to based on what the person on the line is sharing with us too. So like if it's more income driven and stuff, we'll get down to the root of why they're doing Advocare and we'll share our story, but like the product side's a little faster and then we'll get into like that more. If it's just about the 24-day challenge and they don't know anything about Advocare, I'll touch on the discount. I'll touch that I am doing this now as, you know, our full-time job, but I don't get way into that yet because
they don't care.
we're not there yet.
Not to be rude.
You know, so don't be afraid to get people on the phone with us and think that it's going to be like, whoa, that was way too much for that person. We know how to help.
Even a step further with Kirsty was helping me with a friend of mine who spoke broken English and it was kind of difficult. We ended up getting Marco on the phone to speak
Yes.
Spanish with her and it went a lot smoother.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
I mean-
Margo's been our translator.
Go-to Spanish. Como se dice dumb group?
He always jokes, he's like, oh, you know, as he goes. But honestly, use us all. If you ever need a call, a specific one, put it on Sparkheads and someone will jump in and say what they do. But in your case, you have a whole stretch of us that are, you know, you have 2 golds and up, and then we're your leader too. So use me.
All right, let's keep this going really fast.
Yeah, 'cause I can do
So
You're-
Agro Nation is coming up in January. I know a lot of people in this room already have their tickets. Hey, where are you going? If you don't already, oh, there we go. The large events are huge. I mean, those could be business opportunity meetings, which I'm sure, are we having one sometime soon?
Yeah, we're doing Champions Day in
Okay, in
October,
October.
but our focus is like advocation.
Yeah, but we want everybody to, I mean, is it 9 cities? I think it's 9 cities. No,
Right
it's
here.
9 cities.
2 weekends.
Yes,
Yes, cities.
in Long Beach. Okay, so ours is January 21st. Okay, so plan to be in Long Beach. If you're in this room,
Who
plan to
has
be
your
in Long
tickets?
Beach. I do.
Oh, good job.
Tickets, get them. What is today? Today's only the 6th. So you still have 10 days to get the $39. Do it.
Yeah. Look how much fun we have.
We do
Aren't
have
we so
fun.
fun?
That bottom left-hand picture is last year at Agro Nation.
Yes, this was last advocation. I expect it to be twice as big for Long Beach.
Oh yeah,
this
we need
year.
a bigger picture. Whatever. Yeah, but those are the big events. Success School, Avo Nation, Ladies Alive. You know, just get there. It's really inspiring. It's amazing. Avo Nation's like a little mini Success School. Like it's like a day, and you know it's local, so let's do it. And then the Success School is a big one. You know, if you want to do this as a business, you need to plan now. It's July 14th through 16th again,
This
right?
was this year and this year. Because
13th
it was
through
like, you still like think about it and it's like,
Oh yeah, it was
Goosebumps.
awesome.
So when's the
Yeah.
train? Is the train like a Wednesday to a Friday, and then you travel home at Success School?
It's Thursday through
Thursday
Saturday.
through Saturday.
Thursday through Saturday. Okay.
Yes, so I have an idea, what is the cost to go to, I mean, outside of your flight and all
Unless you're in
that?
a leadership training.
So I think it was like, it started at $79.
$79 or
And then it
$99.
goes up.
And that's your ticket for the whole weekend. Then if they do a team dinner, you usually buy a ticket to that. It's like $25, $20, $25.
So we've had people who set
Yeah.
successful as their purpose in Advocare to
Yeah.
get started. They
Like,
any income they earn from Advocare goes into their Success School fund because they know Success School is what's gonna get them
Yes.
like where they need to be. So yeah, so the tickets right around 100. And then your flight, and then rooms, like people like cram in like rooms and share them. You really just barely sleep.
yeah, no one's
Yeah, like you
Yeah.
fall, you pass out and you wake up with your outfit and you think you're ready and you drink a Spark and it's like, no, it's like chaos for 3 days. It's the best chaos. We all like show up like dragging and then we show up to the stadium, we're like, it's just like crazy atmosphere. It's like so fun.
We do not observe the 3 Sparker rule day.
I mean, do you see these faces? I mean, that is like what it is for 3 days straight. And you're just like,
22,000 of those people.
yeah, it's just
Awesome.
awesome.
Imagine that, the whole stadium full of people on fire.
And don't wait to buy your airplane ticket thinking that they're gonna go down.
That's good.
Because Advocare always books their Success School the same time as the Dallas area has 5 humongous citywide conferences.
Oh.
So book your ticket now.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And when they open up those hotel rooms,
Get 'em.
jump on it.
Yeah.
We
Because
learned
you're
that.
gonna
We
be
almost had to
nasty,
stay in, like,
Fairfield, and it's
No, yeah. I say there was one night too.
And that's what I was gonna say, because I used to be with Mary Kay, and I was like, wait, they're at Successful, and I see these other people they're also in Dallas, right? So I'm like, oh my
But
god.
we get the
Dallas
Cowboy
is like
Stadium,
crazy.
so nothing's better than
Yeah,
that.
well, just, I mean, if you see it go, I mean, if this is your business goal, like, when you see these things go up, jump on it, you know? And also, again, that models out for your team. If you're like, you should go to Success School, but I'm not gonna go. Have fun.
And not
Can you
even
take
know
notes for
if-
me? Like,
I mean, if you're here, you want to know more about the business, but you might not even know until you get to Successful why you're really even doing this, and that might be your like moment, you know.
yeah.
So it's just, I mean, that's when our business changed. That's when all of ours. I went by I didn't go my first year, and I sent a teammate by herself. Worst leader ever. I said, you go to Successful, I don't want to go. So I didn't go. Like, who does that? But I wasn't really doing advocare at the time. The second year, I were five of us total, but one of the people were under someone else anyways. So 5 of us. The year before was like 30, and this year was like 60. So you have to show up, and you just don't know what will come of that after. And Ryan went by herself, but then she showed up with like 20 of you guys all this
I
year.
was by myself, then I brought one person, and this year was 11. So
Yeah.
it's like, it just,
Yes.
you know, just
You're
show
gonna be
up.
rolling in with your passing.
You're gonna have a whole posse.
We always joke she like rolls like 20 people.
You're gonna have your own section.
So I'm gonna get into the silver part, but just with what Ryan said, you guys, this is the success system for a reason. It will prove that it will always provide success to you if you are working this. If at any time your business feels slow, look at this and say, what am I not doing? Because you can't just be selective in which parts you kind of think you want to do. So, oh, I just do a ton of one-on-ones. Okay, well then you're gonna just maybe get people on product and it's gonna stop. How many 3-way phone calls are you doing? I promise you the people are keeping my phone warm and using it the most are the ones that are growing in advocare, because that's how you grow your advocare business. Mixers, those aren't optional. It's part of the success system. So if you're not showing up to mixers and not bringing anyone with you, and you're just doing that, then you'll do good. You'll do well. But this works the way it does. It's over 20 years old. I promise you, every single diamond in advocare is still doing all of this every single day. Every single day. They're not doing their own version of it. We tried that when we first got started. The unsuccess system. That's exactly what it was. It was very unsuccessful. But it was our system, and we thought we were having fun. I'm not getting on the phone. Why would I on the phone?
Who calls people?
Yeah,
Gross.
so we just didn't know. We didn't know. So this is it. This is it. This is the lifeline to your business. The more you do this, the more you will grow. So let me switch over to silver mode. So this is something for some of you, for all of you, because I want you to see how you grow in advocare and what this means. So here's our income disclosure. This was not our most recent one, just because the most recent one is hard to read. It's like all gray tones. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Like I like the colorful one. So, you know, distributors in advocare, their yearly check for the whole year, $831 is the average. The reason why that is because we respect our distributors to be distributors just to enjoy their discount. They don't have to do the advocare business at all. They might have like accidentally made $831 for the year because someone accidentally clicked on the wrong link and ordered something from them. So that's what's so cool about being an advocare distributor. And then you read these articles like, oh, no one succeeds in direct sales. Did you see only 1% of advocates people are making $1 million a year? Well, of our 400,000 distributors, probably 350,000 of them are just happy discount distributors. So realize that, like, when you see these numbers, they are accurate for the people that are working towards leadership levels in advocare. If you are working toward these, you will reach them. We will help you get there. So when we started advocare and started watching trainings, they said, pick your pin, like pick your color. Like what amount is going to change your life? You know, what would honestly make a huge impact on your family? You know, and maybe at first when you start, it feels really far-fetched to you and You know, when we first started and I started to see that people were doing this, I remember seeing like, oh my gosh, there are Ruby in Advocate, that it seems like so impossible. Like, how do people do that? And I was like so blown away by it. And that's why I want to train you on silver, because if you can do silver and have the silver mindset and keep doing that, you can do whatever you want in Advocare. And I really, really believe that. But that's the one we're going to focus on is silver. So a silver makes the average person about an extra $1,000 a month working Advocare part-time. An extra $1,000 a month for your family, for your savings, for you to pay off your college debt, for you to pay rent, for you to just get by, for you to do whatever you want with it. An extra $1,000 a month is silver. That is awesome. We have a lot of silvers on our team, and we are so happy for them because they might not have even known that this is something they wanted to do, but to get to $1,000 a month in Advocare is a huge benchmark. And it's not the money, it's the mentality that comes with silver. So I want to share why silver is so important. So remember I showed those 5 ways to get involved or that you get paid in Advocare. There's the retail side, and then there's overrides, leadership bonuses, and incentive trips. 3, 4 is what I want to focus on because that's how you get to silver. Overrides, the best way to describe them are royalties. So think of like a music company, you know, that they have a song, you know, that they put out, and years after, if a song still gets, you know, purchased or whatever, you know, the transaction is made for that song, the person who put that out there, the record company is still going to get a small part for that transaction happening, even though they're not directly affiliated with it much anymore. You know, it's out there. So that's like, if you have a team of people and a box of Spark runs through your advisors, you're going to get a little piece of that. That's your royalty for just helping someone else growing. So that's where that time freedom comes in, because you're starting to build other people that are growing with you.
It becomes residual.
Residual income, yes, are your overrides. So I'll tell what overrides are after, and your bonuses, we'll get into that too, but this is the focus of what it means to start getting into leadership levels. So why silver? Well, like I said, it's the gateway to all other pins. If you can start to understand what it means to become a silver in Advocare, you want to be a ruby in Advocare, well then you just do it 3 times and you help them a little bit more. You know, it's a duplication process. So that's this. It starts the duplication and team building mindset, which is essential for pin advancement, and it goes beyond selling products. We are in a business of people. Yes, we have the best products in the entire world, and when they are moving, and that's how this works. But the people, it's so important to start understanding it's about other people always, and not just getting people on product. But when someone signs up and joins your team as a distributor, you learn what level they want to be involved with at first. It could grow, it absolutely could grow, but you give them your time as much as you would trying to retail in new clients, you know, or new customers that you're going to help. When we started, it was just all retail. We didn't understand that you're supposed to help. I mean, I loved helping people on challenges. That was my favorite thing to do. That's all I did. But then I had all these people that were maybe signing up for a discount because that's all I told them about. And then they were just floating around. They didn't get to see Advocare's opportunity, and we didn't start helping them. We didn't get into their lives. We didn't ask enough questions. They just bought a challenge. And then past that, maybe they bought some Spark and they hung out there. I was good. I'm like, wow, we're PGBs. I didn't know that this is a leadership-based business. It's not about just your PGB. Your volume is great because that means you're talking to new people and you're bringing new people in. We always want you to be out there talking to people and helping people, but the depth of your business is what's going to pay you forever in Advocare, because you're helping somebody else get to where they want to be. And I can't tell you how much more rewarding it gets when you start to see other people doing well and you're not even looking at what you're doing anymore because it's all about everybody else. It's a whole mindset switch. And when you get that mindset switch, that it's not about selling products and getting people on 20/40 challenges all the time, I mean, that is a great way to get them started. It's about duplication and team building is what will get you depth in Advocare. When you get to silver, Advocare starts to recognize you as a leader. You know, you get this silver pin that they send you. It's not about the pin, but it's kind of neat that you're now a leader in Advocare. You start to get closer to earning different trainings that they'll pay for and send you to, so you're learning more. You're working closer now to getting on our leads program. So the leads program is when someone searches, you know, your zip code, your name comes up. And then you get leads. Like we get leads all the time because we've earned getting onto the leads program because we're a leader in advocate. We have like 5 of them now in this area. So when they search 92694, their names all pop up, and you know you're gonna get people who come through to you that way. So that's a great incentive to try and set that as a goal. Like I want to be on a leads program. So that's because you're gonna start helping other people. Then when you get to silver, your team starts to see that you're having success in the business, and then they want that for themselves too. So you're starting to set the tone that, oh my gosh, people are really doing this. Like, you know, so-and-so just got to gold. Like that's an extra $40,000 a year. Like, how did they do that? I'm going to listen to her. She must know what she's talking about now. You know, that's awesome. Like I want that. So it shows that you're really starting to grow as a leader in advocate. So what are the qualifications for silver? Well, you have to be an advisor, first of all. You have to at least have 1 advisor on your team. And I'm going to show breakdowns of that on my little whiteboard after. And I know some of you have to go at 9:30, and we won't be much more than 5-10 minutes. You must also have at least 1,000 PGV per the pay period to get your leadership standing. So that's why it is important to always build a retail and wholesale base. So when you get started in advocacy, sometimes people say, well, is it more important to get retail customers? Is it more important to get advisors? More important to get distributors that don't? You want a nice solid base of all of that, because some people, no matter how many times you tell them the $59 is worth it, they just don't sign up for the distributorship. Fine, if you really want to pay retail, you can keep paying retail, you know, but you just want to keep letting them know that you should save some money. But there are some people that don't really care about the 40%, but they'll keep coming back every few months to order something. That's going to help you keep that $1,000 PGV too. But as long as you're letting them know where they're at consistently, not for your own sake, like, oh, if I keep them at a distributor, that's going to keep helping my PGV. It's the wrong way to think about this. So you always want to help them get to where they're at, but you do need a solid base of all of that mix, because that's going to help you keep that 1,000, did we raise your hand or did I just see something? 1,000 PGV. So these are just like the qualifications for silver. So what this means is when you have now, so you're a 40% advisor, and now you have an advisor under you. If 3,000 total retail volume down through your advisors only, if you get that much volume through your advisors, that generates $100 worth of overrides, which was the third way we get paid, and 100 in overrides get you a leadership bonus, which is 3% of that 3,000 total. And I know that might sound a little confusing, but I'm going to break that down, what that all means.
What was the
Where goes the math? It's 2865 or 58.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to go
Just
there with you guys.
3,000.
Think 3,000. So what is an override and how is it calculated? Like, what does the 3,000 mean? So sometimes when you guys go to order, do you ever see it says business volume? Everyone always says, what's that business volume mean? What's that business volume mean? Business volume is half the amount of a retail purchase. So if someone bought a canister of Spark, I'm going to say it's $50, just keep it even. Your business volume on a canister of Spark would be $25. So that's business volume. An override is calculated by taking that business volume, so the $25, and you multiply it by 7%. That's going to equal an override. So $3,000 worth of volume divided in half is $1,500. That's your override. That's your business volume times 7% equals like a little over $100, and that's silver. So that's why we think business volume is not that important to actually remember. Like, remember the 3,000. 3,000 through advisors is your important part. But that's just how overrides are calculated. So when people sometimes are trying to figure out, like, am I getting close? First of all, I have a report now that I can see how close you're getting. But let's say you only have one advisor and you see they're at $1,600. Well, you would divide that by 2 and you multiply it by 7%, and you would see how far you are away from getting to the $100 worth of overrides. Or you could think, if they're at 1,600 and I know that 3,000 is the number I need, then that's.
But you have to make sure you are at your own PGV of 1,000. Otherwise, you're not going to get the full percentage. So.
Yes. So that's just how overrides are calculated. So let me show you what that looks like, because let's say, do you want to use real people? This is, oh goodness. Do we have another one of these?
Just click it.
Have you seen those Danny McDaniel trainings, the new ones? He has this like,
He writes backwards.
he writes up in the sky, and these like neon things like are floating, like, it's the weirdest thing. Like when he trains, it's like floating up in the sky. I don't even know how
I
to
think
do
he's
that.
behind a plexiglass or glass.
Yeah.
And then he has a Sharpie and he's writing backwards.
Oh,
No.
So that you can, when you're watching it, you can see him. He's
No,
like,
it's in the
it's crazy.
It's in the cabinet there at the garage.
Chewy.
It's because we were drawing pictures of Brian Moore the other day when he was here. Did you see that?
Oh, that was Brian. Is that what Nathan drew?
No, Greg drew it.
Oh, Greg.
It looked just like the glasses
What happened?
when you were drawing Brian.
We were
on
just
this.
talking about you.
Bye, Trevor.
Yeah. Wayne.
With all the ladies. Bye, Trevor. Next goal, if you have a boyfriend or a spouse, that's the person you need to start talking to most. Is this?
Oh my
Tondo. Okay, so this is Kirsty. Okay, so Kirsty is an advisor already. So Kirsty can either have just one advisor. Ciao. It's good to use real scenarios because otherwise I'm going to call everybody the same thing. So Tao is now an advisor. So this is why we help other people get to where they want to be, because now Tao wants to grow a business too, okay? And if Kirsty is doing this right, she's going to start giving her time to Tao and Tao's friends and start helping them, because that's that leadership mentality. It's not, oh, Tao got to advisor, have fun. You know, that's when it's now, and a person who is just at first you look at this and Tao could have just stayed as a retail customer, and if Kirsty had the wrong mindset, she would say, wow, I get 40% every time Tao orders from me. And then when she gets to advisor, wow, I get $2 when someone buys a 24-day challenge from Tao. That sucks. I'm not going to get anybody to advisor. That's the wrong mentality. And everybody feels that way at first. They get someone to advisor, they see what an override looks like, and they go, that is what I did this is all that work. You get $2 if someone sells a 24-day challenge. But guess what? It's not about what we get. It's about Tao is now very excited to be at 40%, and now she wants to start helping people. So let's say Tao gets some friends on 24-day challenges. She starts a group challenge, and in one pay period, Tao and her team get $3,000 worth of volume generated within Tao's organization. Well, then Kirsty gets silver, just that way. And Greg, do you have a beat for Tao? Silver qualification. So here's the thing: you have to do it 2 pay periods in a row to actually pin it. So thank you. Would you like to wipe my board?
Thank you.
my God. That's a great example of not pinning it right away and still sticking and staying, by the way. So if you want to touch on
It
that.
took us 3 times to get to silver. I think Kirsty was
Maybe even
3.
more for me.
You guys, you ready for this? Silver is
close
the
twice.
hardest pin in AdvoCare. Hands down, the hardest pin in AdvoCare.
If you have one advisor and you see like that, you're like, I had a great pay period and I made $5. Like you're like, wow.
Well, and it's like sometimes
It seems unachievable.
It seems unachievable because it's like, oh my gosh, it was so hard for me to even get to advisor, and now I have to help someone else get to advisor. Now I have to help them start to do well. Like, how do you even do that? When you get it and you keep helping and you get there, that's when and honestly, gold is very difficult too, because you have to multiply what you did for silver 5 times 5. But I'm not going to overwhelm you because listen, silver was so hard for us. It took us 3 qualifications, and then we finally did it on our 3rd, just like Kirsty, so. It's all, everybody has struggled with that growth to silver. So it's not as, I make it sound easy sometimes, but like it takes work. And
It's a work program.
it is a work program, but it's so worth it. So let's do Kirsty again. So Kirsty is now an advisor. Here's another scenario. Kirsty has Tao, and she has, who's another great? Samantha, so her sister. So let's say she's got 2 advisors. And then she's also got distributors in here too, but maybe they're not advisors yet.
I'm
So-
just a distributor.
Yeah, so she's got distributors, and this might help towards Kirsty's 1,000, because she's got some new customers. her distributors are buying some things that roll into that. Also, when people become advisors, their volume doesn't count towards your PGV anymore. Because think about that. That would make no sense. Like, our PGV would be like $2 billion. It doesn't make sense. Like, it has to stop. So then they start to get the PGV from what they're doing, because that's a new emerging leader. So now Kirsty's got 2 people, and let's say Tao gets to 1,500 and Samantha gets to 1,500. Well, that's still $3,000 worth of volume through your 2 advisors. That's still silver qualification for Kirsty, because she helped 2 of her advisors.
And that's your incentive for building as many people to advisor as
You can have another advisor. You know, this is just through PT. Oh, PT's under your team. Esther, yes. So
I think I have five advisors is
on your front line.
on your front line. So there you go. Let's say all 5 of them start contributing a little bit. That could add up to a silver also. So think about it this way. That's why we get people to advisor. Here's another thing. If you're getting Tao to where she wants to be, and Tao has 3 people that are building their way to advisor, and then maybe Tao has an advisor, and that's another part I want to show.
Is that your star leg? Right?
Star leg is when one leg generates all the 3,000 by themselves. So like a 3-star gold has, so like, here's Ryan. So let's say Ryan has Whitney, and she has Jenny, and she has Cheryl. So let's say these are 3 advisors that are on her team, and this Whitney's got all these people. Whitney has Kirsty under her, so she has all these people growing. Jenny has Michelle and all her team, and Cheryl's growing her business now where she just moved. If there's 3,000 here, 3,000 here, 3,000 here, that's a star leg, because they did the 100 all on their own. But I don't want to get further into that, because you actually need higher overrides to get to 3-star gold. But that's what a star leg is one. So let me go back to this though, because if we have Kirsty, and Kirsty has Tao, and Tao has said to Kirsty, well, I've got 3 people right now that want to get to their 40%. That's not just Tao's job to try and help grow her people. Tao needs to get people in touch with Kirsty. Kirsty's going to help them grow. So now she's got 3 people here that are working on their own goals. And what's advisor? Well, $2,000, right? Mm-hmm. What if this person right here says, well, I just want to go straight to advisor, and they put 2,000 in? Well, think about how fast that's going to start helping your team when they're starting to work on their own goals that way. So let's say this person's working on advisor, but let's say this person, PT, is also an advisor. Well, guess what? That counts too. So you get paid in overrides 3 levels deep. Does PT have an advisor under her sister?
That's what I was just going to ask.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes. So
Okay.
PD and PT and Tao. This is not the generic names. How can you like Jane and John?
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Adding a little diversity.
I love it. That's why I love it. So cute. So in overrides, we get paid 3 levels deep. So Tao could have 1,000 of her own PGV, PT could have 1,000, and PG could have 1,000. That's 3,000. That could still equal 100 in overrides for Kirsty, because they're growing their business now. So it gets 3 levels deep. You guys, depth is everything in AdvoCare. It is so fun. I do calls for people, they're like 7 down from us. I have no idea who they're connected to, but isn't that so cool that there's somebody that far down on our team that wants to learn more about this, and then they're down here and they're growing. I don't get paid even on them at this point, but I don't care, because that's not what this is about.
That goes back to what Kirsty said too. It's like, we do this. We don't do this because we're like, well, if I help that person, they're 3 deep for me, so I'll still benefit. I'm only going to go to a mixer for that person. You know what I mean?
Right. So like, think about the next person, PD, D has signed up. Like, yes, technically Kirsty doesn't see anything in overrides at that point, but guess what? She is growing a stable, strong, leadership-filled leg of people that will never stop doing AdvoCare because now Tao is getting to silver.
Well, and also, let's say that PT decides in a year she doesn't want to do this anymore, and she lets her distributorship default. Well, guess what? That person that's down there is now contributing to your business, and so you always want to help everybody.
Yeah. Always set an example because that example is going to travel.
That's duplication. This is duplication. This is what will be the what your business grows on. And if it starts to, like when I went to No Limits training, which is like one of the first trainings you get asked to go to before they started Great Beginnings, they give you a report that shows all your numbers and you're like, And then they give you a report of a diamonds and you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, because all my business was right here. All I was focusing on were my people and like helping them out. I didn't understand depth. Diamonds, their organization, like they get paid most like 9 levels deep, like because they have like if you look at Dawn Funk posted a picture of her one leg of business the other day. It was just her. She had this, and it was diamond, 9-star emerald, ruby, gold, and it was like that is like.
And then she was like, I'm talking to the distributor who's 16 legs down on a silver.
Yeah.
And she was reaching, I mean, that's incredible.
So you want to dig and see who's down there and like see what's going on because it is so awesome. All of it. And Greg sends out, just so you know, when a new distributor joins our team, Greg sends out a welcome email to every single one of them. See? Because we are committed to trying to let people down here, just in case this person aren't doing the business. We still want to say hi to you and let you know that there's more to this, and we're going to help you. Even if you are connected 17 below us and we have no clue who you are or how you got here, we're still going to welcome you and see if we can help you grow your advocacy.
Again, if somebody on your team, even if they're 500 people deep or whatever, wants your help, help them. Like, you know, you never know. They could be your next.
You guys, we are 5 down from our leaders that we use. So they could have seen Lauren and Greg from California, who the heck are they, and never called us, never got in touch with us. But someone reached out and said, hey, I see you are ordering consistently, or you have some activity. Do you want to know more? I didn't really want to know more when they called. But then they flagged me. I looked a little bit more at what was happening. They touched back with me. They offered to come meet me at an event down in San Diego. I finally went. I had to have my layers of AdvoCare peeled away, and it took me a while. But someone invested in me, and I was 5 down from them. And they said, I'll fly to California and come meet you and help you and take you to an event. I didn't know who they were, but they invested in somebody that maybe they saw a little bit more in. And now they have this leg of business that they know will never go away because you guys are all part of it. That's stability in AdvoCare. That's time freedom in AdvoCare. Do I call them every single day saying, I don't know what to do. Who do I talk to? No, we are just going, you know, and they don't have to think about they're our dear friends. I don't look at them and say, they're not helping me. They are our mentors. We reach out to them when we need them, but we are a self-sustained leg of their business that is off and running with this. And you'll find people like that want this, and you just grab their arm and you go run with them and help them do it because now they have this leg of business that's time freedom. Because
they made sure you were strong.
Oh, of course. They were there until it was ready for me to run, and they still give us their time whenever we need it, and they give our team time. Again, we're 5 from them. Someone like Kirsty's 8 from them, but she uses them for 3-way phone calls. You know, that's depth of AdvoCare. That is not looking at who can I sign up, how can I get them to advisors so my PGV looks nice and sparkly every 2 pay period or every pay period. So look at me, this show, it's who can I find and help them grow their business. So if you get an advisor that says they want to do AdvoCare, you give them your time.
Yeah.
You put 80% of your time into those 20%, which is the small amount of people that want to do this as a business. That's who you invest in. And you still talk to people because you're leading from the front and people need to see that you're still talking and you're still leading by example, and you still need a steady PGV, but you really want to find some people that get this and want you to help them. And if you're not ready to help your advisor, it's okay because you're still new in this. We're going to help you with your advisor. So that's why, like, use us. Like, we are fully committed to helping whoever wants to do this. So I hope that kind of explains
That
depth of.
drawing is gorgeous.
Perfect example.
You guys, I was an art major. Wasn't that the funny part?
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Here's the silver
This is what my strong advocate business looks like.
It only makes sense to us right here, right?
But you know what? It does look like this because it's really messy and it's not easy and it's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of scribbling and a lot of messing up and a lot of crossing things out and a lot of like confusion and all of that.
Smile pretty.
You have your
I just took a picture.
It doesn't look like the pretty perfect bubble diagram, but get to know who's on your team. So if you have someone here and then someone signs up under them, don't assume that this person is just telling them everything about Advocare because they're not.
It's called leapfrogging.
Leapfrog. You go say, hello, who are you and how can I help you, and get to know. They always say get to know 3 levels deep of your team. So there's a team blueprint you can download on our Advocare site. It says team blueprint. Print it out. You can plug in their names and you can start to get to know them. Like, do you have kids? And if you know your team, and I know some of this seems advanced to some of you because you're like, I haven't even talked to one person about Advocare yet. This is just to give you vision of like what an Advocare business looks like, and I know you want your business to look just like
Step
that.
1 is step 2 of success is system.
I just wanted to add about like the leapfrogging. What I love about Christy is that whenever she does reach out to someone on my team, like she's courteous enough to include me in it.
What a great point. Okay, so here's something else, you guys. This is really important. So what Tao just brought up. So when you are doing this is so important. Thank you, Tao. So this is Kirsty. This is Tao. I'm trying to even write upside down. This is Tao. This is PT. Okay, so let's say Tao's brand new and doesn't really understand.
Your tea's upset.
That's what it looked like a T to me. So Kirsty talks to Tao, and then there's PT. So Kirsty wants to reach out to start getting to know PT. What she does is she includes Tao in the emails, in the text, in the whatever, because that's shadowing. That's not jumping over and saying I'm controlling Tao's business. I'm gonna let Tao see how I'm doing this because.
Oh, sorry. Are you gonna call Tao first and tell her, like, I'm gonna send an email or text her first?
You don't have to,
or,
because we don't do anything that's like overbearing. We just say, hey,
No, like,
I'm Tao's friend. I just want to introduce myself to you. I see you're getting close to the 25% discount. She might say, Tao, did you reach out to her? But it's actually in Tao's benefit to let Kirsty send that email anyways, because then it gets PT, a few people she can start being friends with.
And it's not up to that middleman to give permission, if you will, because no matter what, like if you're not sharing all parts of Advocare and following those reports and looking to see what could be a win for that person, you're doing them a disservice. So if, let's say that Tao said, don't talk to my people. Like, you're like, I'm going to talk to them anyway. Like, I'm going to see. No, but I'm saying, you want that person to come in and share more.
And so,
yes.
When I signed up, Judy was the person helping me. I knew nothing about Advocare. She used to send these advisor emails to all my people with my name CC'd, and every time they showed up, I like cringed. I was like, what is she doing? Like, they don't want that 40% discount. And then all of a sudden they'd write back, they'd be like, okay, I'll finish my advisor order. And I'm like,
I used to have so many three-way messages between us and Judy where we're like,
yeah, and then I'd be like, oh, they said they don't want anything else. That's what they told me. And they'd be like, yeah, I'd love to get on the call. I'm interested. And I'm like, and what she did is she included me in every single one, no matter how uncomfortable it made me feel to see, oh my gosh, she just emailed my teacher from middle school. Why did she do that? But you know what? They'd come back and they always wanted to learn more. And then it made me understand what an email like that looked like and how I can help that person too. And then eventually Judy didn't have to do that anymore. And I started doing that for my team because she gave me a way to copy. So when Kirsty is including Tao, she's giving her the opportunity to learn, this is what an email looks like that I'm going to send to your person. And eventually you're going to start doing them for your team.
And let's say that Tao is a 40% discount user only. She wants nothing to do with the business. That's when you leapfrog. So, if she doesn't want to do this and she's just happy buying Spark at 40%, she doesn't want 17 emails a day from you, right? Yes. So that's when you leapfrog. Why not? I do.
Well, and here's another point about the permission aspect. This is my small business. I need this for my family. I want to help my team. I want whatever that might look like. But at the end of the day, it's still my small business.
Yeah.
I still saw something in AdvoCare for my family, my debt, all of that, right? So if I'm just gonna say, well, Tao doesn't want me to do that, so well, she has
You're never gonna grow
19
your business.
people. She has 19 people that could use any aspect of this, like, and I'm just like, well, she said she didn't want me to.
Well,
That's not taking control of your business.
Yeah.
And you can kind of think about it too, like a chain of command. I mean, you have a regular business, right? I mean, I have a boss, and then I have my boss has a boss, right? Well, if my boss isn't doing her job,
You're gonna
Right.
go look.
I need to know that I have another leg to go to, or
Yeah.
that person needs to know that if my boss isn't telling me that
Right.
I should be doing my job differently, that person.
Well, also people grow
Yeah.
at different rates in this too. You know, the leaders emerge. Sometimes people take 12 years to get to silver. So, you know, if Lauren just said, well, Ryan's not really doing this,
Like,
and all her if she had looked at everybody under me and said, well, Ryan doesn't want to do this, so I'm not going to help any of them, none of you would do this. Like,
Can we talk about the speed to getting there though?
Yes.
Because what our financial advisor who believes in like capitalism, he just believes in investing in anything, and he loves direct sales because he says, what if it took you 15 years to build to Ruby? Ruby is an extra $80,000 a year, okay? What other investment can you make in anything that's gonna pay you like $5,000 a month in interest besides a retirement plan that you can't even touch until you're 60, 60 whatever? Why not invest in something like this? And who cares how long it takes you? That is invest that, yes. And he's like, it is the best opportunity to invest in. And he's like, because it doesn't matter how fast you get there, you're building a residual income. Doesn't matter if you're silver, an extra $1,000 a month, even if it took you 12 years, where else are you gonna find that? Like, and it doesn't have to be AdvoCare. Like, people just need something like that, like an
and look at
opportunity.
your real jobs too. I mean,
You're
you're not getting a raise. Maybe if you have a nice company, you get a tiny little percentage of your salary for a year, right?
Well, I love
right?
what
This
Christy
might
says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Christy says kind of like what you guys were just saying. If you're not going to do AdvoCare, that's fine. But what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And what I like about that is that it gives them two thought processes. One, wow, like, okay, maybe I should give it more thought. And two, well, if I don't want to do it, I guess I better get my butt and get
And do
myself
something
out.
else. Yeah. So, I mean, and I'll shut this down for people out there too. And I know we've gone over in time, but well, we can answer any questions having to do with this. I just really wanted to show you guys what depth looks like and how important it is, and why this business truly is built on helping others get to their goals. Help Chow get her $500 rookie bonus, and then help PT or P upside down T do it too.
That's her rapper.
P upside down T. PT's, like, I hope she's watching this. She should be like, oh my gosh, P upside down T. But we want you to really see that this is a leadership-based business that is built on some of the best products in the entire marketplace, that if you get them going through your organization, that's perfect. But if you find people that are like-minded, that's where your focus always needs to be. And we're gonna help any of you. You could be down here, but call us because we'll help you, because we know what that looks like and how we have to help build that. So if you guys have questions, hold on. Ooh.
And if you're a distributor or
Hi, say hi, Sparkheads!
don't get overwhelmed.
Yes, that's a good point. If you're just a brand new distributor watching this, don't get overwhelmed by this. Let's just help you get to advisor. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Have a good weekend.